have this horrible screech coming from the MR2. I'm pretty sure it's the water pump bearing going bad, so we're gonna see. We're gonna go ahead and replace that. We're also just gonna replace the belt while we're at it, because I'm sure the belt is going bad as well. I thought I saw some cracks on it, but yeah, super bad. Like I said, I'm literally yelling right now in order for you guys to hear me over this, but let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so we figured out the problem. It's actually the alternator that's going bad. I should have known. I got a battery light yesterday. It came on for like a split second. But we used the stethoscope, as you can see in the last clip. Pointed it at the alternator, turned on the lights and everything like that, and it changed sounds. Didn't sound right. So we're going to go and get that replaced. And while we're at it, we might as well change out the serpentine belt. So we did buy a new serpentine belt. So we're going to get that thrown on. So I'm going to let it cool down a little bit. The engine's hot. I don't want to touch it, you know, I don't want to burn myself again constantly like we do with this car, but we're going to let it rest for a couple minutes here, then we're going to go ahead and throw in the new alternator, and hopefully it should be good from there. Alright guys, so after about like 2.5 hours, we finally got the alternator out. Dude, this was a ridiculous amount of work for an alternator. Literally, we had to take off the motor mount. It's gone right there. I have it sitting right here. So it's two parts to it, right? This is what sits on the car. And then this is the top part of it that connects into the side. We got 3 screws there. And here's the alternator, all bad. Let me show you real quick. Oops, I can't even turn it. That's how bad it is. It's literally like scraping on the inside. Can barely even turn it. That's why it was making all that noise. All right, so here's the new one. We got no noise coming out of it, super easy to spin, so let's go ahead and throw it right back in the car, and hopefully this gets rid of all that wretched noise. Alright, we just turned it on. 100% sounds so much better already. It sounds good, sounds strong. We don't have that squealing anymore, which is good. The only problem is this connector, I don't remember where it actually goes, and then there's another connector right there that I don't remember where it goes. So I'm gonna have to figure this out, but from what it looks like right now, we got a high idle. I mean, it's a cold start. You can see it's super cold. So we're good. We're gonna let it run for a bit. So immediately after pulling out of my house, we got the check engine light back on. So we got P0325, 1 circuit malfunction, bank 1. Basically, I'm getting a knock sensor code. I think I know what it was. When we replaced the alternator in this car, we accidentally disconnected like 5 wire harnesses, not harnesses, but connectors that were in the engine bay behind the alternator. I plugged in 3. I remembered that 2 of them were not connected and they were super far under, so I couldn't connect them when I already put the alternator back in there. So we're gonna have to take out the alternator again and find those wires, connect them, and see if that fixes them. I'm pretty sure that's it, because basically what it's doing is I have my battery light flashing, so there's not enough power going to the engine, you know, just doing all that stuff. So we'll get it figured out right now, and yeah, hopefully fix it. All right, so I figured out where those 2 wires are supposed to be connected. So one of them is right down here. So wherever the top screw right here of the alternator goes in, straight down, there's a connector. The second one is right here. You can see in between. This wire was all the way behind the engine, so I just had to grab it, connect it real quick. But now we're just gonna go and throw the alternator back in, put the serpentine belt back on, which is gonna be kind of difficult just because of the placement of it. But let's see how much better it runs. All right, so we finally got everything back together. We got the serpentine belt on as well. I can't believe I actually did it myself, because this bolt right here is just super tough trying to push it. As you can see, like, there's no space, but we're gonna go ahead and get a start of the car right now and see how much better it sounds. So just throw you guys right here. So we had to turn it off because as you hear, it's like bubbling. It's being weird. I probably fried something, not gonna lie. I forgot to disconnect the battery when we were pulling off the alternator, so I did touch something and I had spark. So nothing on the dash actually works. The speedometer doesn't work. The tactometer doesn't work. Fuel gauge doesn't work. And temperature gauge doesn't work as well. So there's definitely something going on there, but we'll take a look into it and see what happened. All right, so it looks like we blew this fuse. You can see it's disconnected right there, right at the edge. So went ahead, got a new one. It's the 100A. It doesn't look exactly the same, but I mean, it's got the same prongs, so it should be fine. We had to go ahead and take apart the fuse box, as you can see here. Literally hold on by one screw and then a couple clips along the side. I broke like 3 of them, which I mean, you know, it's bound to happen. There's a lot of heat over here, but we're gonna disconnect these. So they have these 2 little, let's see if I can show, bolts right there on either side. Take them out. We should be able to pull this back up, and then we'll replace it with these, screw them back in, and see if that fixes our problem. All right, so we have this little small bolt that was on this side. We had to use an Allen wrench with a 5/16 piece on the side of it to get in there and unscrew that. On this side, we have right here, a 10mm bolt that we just used with the socket and a wrench. That one was easy, pulled that off. So now we're gonna go ahead and get this wiggled out and switch it out with this new fuse and see if that fixes it. This is the fuse that busted on us, so we got it fixed, replaced it. Now let's see if we can get something to happen on this dash. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. So we're back in business up here. Radio works again. Sounds amazing finally. So we're gonna see how much better it drives. We used to have to give it a lot of gas before we let go of the clutch so we can start going, because the RPMs would drop really fast. Like we said, we had no voltage going to it that was like enough for it to withstand it, so we had to gas it a lot. It sounds so much better. I'm actually yelling to try to let you guys hear me, so I'm excited. We're gonna go drive it. We're gonna pack everything up, hit the road real quick, and see how much better this does. Man, I can't wait, dude. This has been broken like this for about probably a month already. We haven't touched it for a long time. We've been really busy lately, but we're gonna go out and get it on the road and see how much better it goes now. Throttle response is so much better. It sounds amazing. I actually get crackles and pops off the little accelerations. So I'm excited. All right, let's see how good we can do. First gear pull. Oh my gosh, this car is awesome. I'm so freaking happy, bro. It took so long to finally fix it because it was constantly something else would break, something would break here, something would break there. So I'm glad we fixed it. But yeah, that's that.